Hello and welcome back to Taco Bout It Tuesday. Welcome to all you Taco Bouters, Taco Bout It Tuesdayers, TBITers. I don't know what we should call you, all of you many fans of the stream. Well, we are working on kind of a new format right now, so expect some changes, something that's maybe a little more consistent. We are going to be having a special guest on today, Mr. Richie Schley. We are very excited to have him back. Hopefully you guys have followed us long enough to know Richie Schley. If you have been following us, you definitely know his name, as you should, especially if you're into mountain biking. And that is the theme of that is our topic. We're talking mountain biking. Before getting into that, we'll talk about some promos. If you are a SportRx fan, which hopefully you are, then you'd be interested to hear about some good deals that can be had at SportRx. We have our Labor Day promo running. Actually, I believe today is the last day, so get in while the getting is good. It's a tiered promo. You can save a good amount of money. Also, I'll talk about a special promo code that we are going to be running in honor of this stream and in honor of Richie. And if you are interested in good deals, check back every week. We will have a great promo that is specific to the stream that you can use on the site for at least a week, I believe is what we decided on. And so it is a good idea to stay up on these streams so you can get the best deal possible. I want to talk to you about some family updates, some SportRx family updates. We are a family, and it is probably the best place to work on the planet. And so we wanted to share that love with you guys a little bit of this passion that we have. We have our good man, Oscar, just had his first baby, little Emma. Oh, she's so sweet. And lady of the hour, Adrian, she has added a new one to her family, little Kason, little baby boy. And our Oakley man himself, in-house Oakley master Andrew finally tied that knot, and I say finally, and he knows why. So congratulations, all you guys. And while their families are expanding, as is the SportRx family, we have added 7 new employees. It's crazy. We need help, by the way. Did I mention that we're a great place to work? Check us out. Hit us up, especially if you're an optician, by the way. Really need the best opticians, and it's because we are the best opticians here. Some announcements for you. The Rexies are coming, and they are coming fast. We are 1 month away. I'm a little nervous. It is going to be so very exciting, and so much so that we've been releasing some nominees, some of our nominations, the nominees categories, which you can check out on our Instagram and our Facebook. Today, as would make sense, we're going to be releasing the mountain biking nominees. And so stay tuned for those. And if you tune in to the Instagram and the Facebook, let us know if your favorite is in there and let us know which one you think will win. And the Rexies this year, you guys are so stoked. They will be streaming live on October 8th. And that will be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Do not miss it. It will be incredible. All right, so our special guest, our man of the day today, Mr. Richie Schley. Where you at, buddy?
Right here, Tyler. Good to see you, man.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. All right, so if you guys, like I said, if you've been following SportRx, you should be well familiar with Richie. He has helped us out a bunch. We've helped him out a bunch with some eyewear, both casual and sport specific, and we've been pretty successful in the past. And so we want to hook him up with something new and just cutting edge today. And if you don't know him, he is a professional mountain bike rider. He is actually so good. He is the Freeride Mountain Biking Hall of Famer that is the best for SportRx in terms of mountain biking for sure. Check out that website. He is great. You started as a BMXer, right?
Yeah. When I was younger, I raced BMX and then turned pro in Canada and raced. Was the Canadian champion at one point, and
heck yeah,
I kind of got into skiing, and I like the freedom and freestyle of being a free skier and not necessarily racing and going to organized events. and somehow parlayed doing that on the mountain bike, and it kind of became a big thing. People apparently love to ride and do cool stuff that aren't always involved in races or events.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I have had the pleasure of actually boarding with you. You were skiing, obviously, and we went up to Mammoth, and that was a super fun time. Have not yet had the joy of mountain biking with you, which I bet would absolutely kill me, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we'll have to get out there. We'll have to get Rob and have a little bike rendezvous.
Yeah, Rob's biggest thing right now in his life is mountain biking, and I'm very jealous. It looks so fun. Although I will admit, watching some of your videos, really intimidating.
For me too.
Okay, that's good to hear, because I feel like you guys go with such confidence, and it's just looking at, like, I can ride a bike. Sure, I can ride a bike, but you're going down these hills so crazy fast, and sometimes you're on like the peak of a cliff. It's just sheer on both sides, and while it looks beautiful, horrifying at the very same time.
Well, it's all relative to your level of experience and practice, and some things become comfortable. And if I was trying to make a pair of reading glasses for someone, I would be definitely intimidated that I would screw up.
You're exaggerating. Yeah, it wouldn't be nearly as scary, but I understand your point for sure. Yeah, so we'll just have to start me on the bunny hill, and I'll be very excited. So I want to. We have here some of the videos that you've done, and I was watching some of those, and I'll say my favorite ones. I think probably my top favorite was when you hit Treasure Trail. That's in Squamish, right?
Yeah.
And you kept mentioning over and over that this is your favorite trail. Why is it your favorite?
Well, the riding in BC is it's just so different. There's so many designated mountain bike trails, and the guys are like artists, right? They go out there and they put their heart and soul into finding the right line and building stunts. And on contrast, this is a hiking trail in Italy that we're watching right now.
Oh, wow.
And so, as you can see, we're dodging hikers as much as the difficult terrain. And
wow.
So the reason I like the British Columbia riding so much is because there's guys that are as committed to making a rad trail as guys like me are to riding it.
It.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. And I'll say the terrain definitely in Squamish was very different from what I am used to here in San Diego.
This is a funny moment. We didn't know there was a family having a picnic at the bottom of this little stunt we made. I think they were surprised as we were.
Nice. And you had mentioned Italy being your favorite place to go to. For some reason, I had in mind just because of the food, not because they had really cool trails. So that's rad.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a foodie, so anytime I can go to a country that has that kind of culinary prowess, you're pretty excited about it, right? So, but it's that particular spot, the Dolomites, is a pretty special place because the landscape looks a bit like the Utah desert on top of the mountains. So it's very unique and very beautiful.
It's wild. There was another video, I think, of the Dolomites run that looked a little different from that. That was very different from what you would see in a desert scape. Is it this one? Maybe. There's just green everywhere. It just looked incredible.
Actually, that shot, the very first shot, is the opposing face of where I was just standing there. So it's got a lot of diversity within the mountain range.
I love it. That's fantastic. And not to be outdone by, you were in a music video by the Crank Brothers.
Oh, we made a music video to launch.
You made a music video.
Yeah, to launch an e-bike set of wheels, and we used the guitar player that's in Chevy Metal, which is an offspur band of the Foo Fighters. Brett Woods, his name was. He was a great guy, and it was a kind of a cheesy concept that I think came out kind of fun and cool. So it worked.
It was very fun. It was very fun to watch. So Crank Brothers, what is that then?
They're a component sponsor of mine in Laguna Beach here. They make
Nice.
wheels, seat posts, very famous for pedals and tools and pumps. So it's a local brand, and they try to keep the, kind of California flavor of mountain biking in their communication and their product and stuff. So they've been a very
That's
long
great.
time supporter of mine, and vice versa.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're talking about getting you set up with something that works well on the bike when you're in these very diverse trails that we can see that you clearly ride on. And I have some things in mind, but let's talk about what you're hoping for. I know we've done a lot for you in the past, and we've done a lot of different things for you. Like I mentioned, we've done casual every day. We've done some sport specific. What have you liked about the stuff that we've done for you in the past?
Well, I really like the transition lenses, of course, because it's so great if you're out in the sun and you have some protection, and then
Yeah,
you go into the forest and it quickly changes, so you're not inhibited by the dark lenses. So that's super key for me.
absolutely.
Um,
Versatility is the name of the game.
yeah, and then it was a hard sell from you guys to get me to use progressive lenses. So I don't know if you remember, but we started out with readers, and then your friends will often give you a hard time because they think you're getting old, right?
That's right. That line bifocal. Absolutely.
That's right. So I liked that in the beginning, but then once I started using progressive lenses for my daily life and work and everything, then I tried it on the mountain bike. It really helped things. But I think, like, we had a challenge on the last ones we did. It's very particular where that the reading part of that progression lands, because you do look up and down and scan everywhere while you're riding. So I like the progressive, but it's super important to get it in the right spot, which you guys are amazing at cooperating and trying different things. So that's been super cool too.
Oh, for sure. Yes. So we have a really good method of figuring out what you're referring to is called a segment placement. We have a fantastic method of determining segment placement based on the frame and prescription combination. And it's not always 100%, but that's why we have a fantastic return exchange policy. We always want to make sure that people are happy with what they get, especially the great Richie Schley. And so I would like to think that that little adjustment we made to it was better. Yeah.
Perfect. Works
Got it
perfect.
right.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So we will be doing then, I presume, progressives again today. That's the
Cool.
ideal, right? It's been
I would
working
like
for
that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you who don't know, progressives are, it's like you have reading glasses in your lenses. It's like distance and reading, but also everything in between. It can be a little bit of a learning curve with it, which is what he was referring to, but it's something that all of us at one point in time or another are going to need. And so I always recommend people getting used to it as soon as possible, because the sooner you get used to it, the easier it'll be, especially since it's something you'll need in the long run regardless. You might be able to escape it for a little while, but not forever. And so we like to get people into that, and as we are seeing, it's working out for Richie, and so we're going to keep going with that. There is a newer Oakley frame that I'm a huge fan of. I know you need frames that tend to be not quite as wide, and there is a larger version of this frame called the Portal, which Rob loves, and it works really well for him, and is a really cool frame in its own right, but it would be too big for you. There's the Portal X, however, which is a little bit narrower, and I think would be fantastic for the sport. Got good grip on the temples. It has this new nose bridge that I'm a huge fan of. That's like this saddle style, so really grippy, but also super comfortable. And so I'm a big fan of that idea. And you're talking about transitions. It suits this lens really well. There's a Portal X right there. Great
Nice.
frame. And there is a new lens that we have been demoing that actually Rob came up with. We are testing ideas for the names. Maybe it's called the Happy Camper. We're not sure. But it has a vermilion base, which means that in its non-activated state, it's going to be a vermilion color, which is going to be really good at boosting color, boosting contrast, making it easier to read the terrain as you're going down. But it also has that transitions, and it's a transitions gray which is a little different from what we're used to doing when we talk sports. We usually want to go with a brown or something contrast enhancing, but you have enough from that vermilion that the gray just adds a good kind of dense tint to help block those bright sunny days, block all that light. And then we'll put a little flash mirror on there for you. And I am thinking is going to be the perfect pair.
Cool. So vermilion is like a green, or?
It's more of like a kind of a purple, maybe rosy purple color.
I like
And yeah, absolutely. And so it is what I am thinking is going to be the perfect addition to your collection that you have now. I'm sure all the ones that we've gotten for you are still pretty good. Your prescription isn't terribly strong. You just have a little bit of astigmatism, and then obviously the reading addition. Yeah. And so that makes it very easy. Just for you listeners right now, we are going to be doing this every week. I can't remember if I went into detail here. We're going to have somebody on, whether it's somebody notable like Richie or maybe somebody who's less notable. But the idea is that we're going to set them up with something that we think is ideal for their use. And then we'll actually follow up with them in a few weeks to see how they're working. Ideally, everyone's going to be super stoked. It's going to be the perfect thing for them and no issues at all. They're just going to be really hyped and glad that they had the opportunity to get something that worked out so well for them, especially if it's something that they weren't thinking about getting themselves initially. But maybe it won't. Maybe it won't be perfect, but we're going to take care of it. And that's just kind of part of the process. You're getting to see how SportRx works, how we deal with problems like this and how we solve them if there are problems. And we're really excited about this. So I hope you are equally excited, Richie.
I am. And I just wanted to make a point. I mean, I wonder if some viewers are thinking, why do you need readers while you're on your mountain bike? But in today's world, of course, you're always referring to your phone. And if you want to change some settings on your bike, I mean, my eyes for close up are at the point now where if I have to adjust a bolt on my bike, it's kind of hard to get the wrench married up with the bolt. And so I found it's if I do go out with a pair of glasses that don't have the prescription, it's actually quite challenging. And whether it be the GoPros or the drones I'm using or whatever, you know, it's always a small monitor, and I'm lost without it. So I highly recommend it.
Heck yeah. All right. Yeah, I appreciate that feedback. It is something that people might wonder, why would I need this? And so that's super helpful to hear. And we agree. We second that notion. So as I mentioned, promo that we are going to be running until I think that let's just say for a week. We'll update it in the text if it's a different date than a week from now. But 20% off of your order on SportRx using the code Richie20. That is RICHIE20. You will save 20% with an order from SportRx, be it prescription or non-prescription. So definitely hit us up there. Thank you so much, Richie, for joining us. This week, we don't have to check in with, but I'm not going to leave you hanging. We are going to talk about the nominees. And Richie, I want your feedback on these. We have 4 frames of the nominees for the best mountain biking glasses, starting off with the Rudy Project Spin Air 57. What do you think about that one, Richie?
I've seen a picture of it, but I haven't used them. But I've heard good things about Rudy Project, and what I like is their a casual style. So after your ride, if you go for a coffee, you know, you're not wearing a shield. So that's kind of nice sometimes.
That's right. Okay, and for the rest of these, I just want you to pretend like you know them and you love them. The Julbo Renegade. What do you think about that one? We've lost him. It's okay. He was going to say, I know that frame and I love it. It's fantastic. Oh, there you are. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Exactly what I said. Yep. And then the Smith Pathway. Another fantastic frame, right, Richie?
Yeah, that's a really good looking frame. Smith has been doing some super cool stuff. I mean, it looks super sharp to me.
Yeah, absolutely, as it should. And the 100% Hakan. We love 100%. And you actually got a pair of Centrics from us. How are those working out for you?
Very good. Yep. They're
I love that frame.
I have a couple pairs of the 100% glasses and they work great.
They've been solid, right? And of course, none of these would be on the list if they weren't fantastic frames. And so we are very excited about it. And that'll wrap it up for today. Do not forget to ring that bell. Do not forget to subscribe, because we are going to be going live every Tuesday at noon. We've been doing it for over a year. Why would we stop? And we were excited to share this with you. Just stay online with us. And don't forget about the Richie 20% off. Also, if you share with us that you shared with everyone on your platform, I think Facebook or anywhere else that you can do it, share it with us and you'll get free swag. You would just have to email us your address. We'll send you a hat, we'll send you a shirt, whatever. We have cool hats, we have cool shirts. That'll do it. Thank you so much, Richie. Again, it was great to see you. Cannot wait to get you hooked up with those glasses that are going to just change your life.
Thanks, Tyler. I look forward to the next one.
All right. Well, it's my pleasure. We'll follow back up with you, like I said, in a few weeks, and hopefully everything is going to be a go.
Cool. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching. Again, like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.